Hello, welcome back. Today we are looking at how to polish a pair of leather shoes. I'm going to use this, which is Saphir Medaille Door. It is a more expensive shoe cream. Honestly, that probably costs about £12 for a small jar like that, as opposed to £4 or £5 for a tin of kiwi or something, you know, that you find in the supermarket. That it is a much better product and does give better results. So in terms of a recommendation, I know it's more expensive, but I would go with Saphir products, given the choice. Now, start off by taking out the laces. I've already taken one of them out, and insert your shoe trees. Cedar shoe trees, preferably cedar, because the wood is porous and breathes and absorbs moisture from the inside of the shoe, so it's just much better for the shoe's condition than the plastic ones or the ones that have been varnished. So you want to get the ones that have the pores in the wood still open. So what that does, as you can see there, is it stretches out the creases in the toe of the shoe and gives you access to much more of the leather, flattens it out for you. So the first thing we're going to do is take a microfiber cloth and just give the shoes a wipe down. All this is doing is removing surface dirt and dust, because the one thing you don't want to do is get the dirt trapped into the cream polish and polish the dirt into the shoe, into the grain of the shoe. You can see the dirt that comes off. I featured these shoes. These are Red Wing 3141s. I bought them on eBay and they were covered in gloss paint. I've done another video. I'll link to it there. Showing you the process of restoring a pair of absolutely battered and seemingly trashed shoes and turning them into my everyday wear shoes. So as a result, I've worn them every day since, and they now need a bit of attention. So we'll do just one, and then you can see a before and after. So I'll put one over to the side. So we've cleaned off the surface dust and dirt. That's fine. Next thing I'm going to do is put on my rubber gloves, nitrile gloves. The reason I do this is because I prefer to go hands into the shoe cream. Some people prefer to use a cloth or a brush. I think you get a much better connection with the product and with the shoes if you use your fingers, but obviously it's a heavily pigmented product, so you stain your fingers. So that's the reason for using the gloves. This is mahogany color. I was debating whether to use Hermes red. It's a much more ruby red color, but for these shoes that are basically dark brown with a hint of red in them, the mahogany will be perfect. So just small dabs of the product of the shoe cream onto your fingertips and just massage it into the leather. We've done other videos where we've done a full clean and reconditioning of the leather using saddle soap and Renovateur, which is another Saphir product. This is just the polishing phase. Where this fits into your shoe cycle is you're happy with the condition of the shoes. They just need a sprucing up. So we're not going to condition the leather, although the shoe cream, the Medaille Door, does have oils in which do condition the leather. So you're getting a kind of a 2-for-1 with this process. Just take your time. Don't, I've done in the past how you can clean shoes in a couple of minutes, but honestly, if you take your time, It's such a satisfying process. The smell that comes off the product is fantastic, and it's the sort of thing that I like to do if I'm listening to an audiobook or a podcast, or I've got something on the TV in the background that's just sort of washing over me. And this is something that I can do at the same time. It doesn't take any particular concentration, it doesn't take your attention, but it's a very tactile, very engaging process. If you're doing it in a rush, just wait. Yes, sometimes you need to do it when you're rushing out the door, but I would just wait until you've got that time. Sunday morning time with the newspaper. Instead of the newspaper, just get your shoes out and give them a polish. So that's the shoe all covered. Now the secret to this process is time. Not just the time it takes you to apply the product, but the time you leave the shoe for the product to do its magic. Again, just a little bit more at the front. Now what we're going to do is leave that for an hour and then do the buffing process. As you can see, I've worked it into the leather, into the creases, and into the toe cap. It's still got quite a dull, maybe a satiny sheen to it at the moment, and that's where we want it to be just now. But we're going to leave that for an hour and then come back to it and do the next bit. Okay, so that's been left for a while to dry. So let's carry on with the next bit. Final two bits. One is a horsehair brush and the other is another microfiber cloth. You can get polishing cloths for leather, but you can get these in packs of 10 from Amazon. They work perfectly well. Anyway, horsehair brush, really soft. Try to get the ones that don't, spend a bit more and get the ones that the bristles don't come out. They're far better, and you get much better results. Anyway, so with the shoe in one hand and the brush in the other, just nice, long, broad strokes all the way around. And there we are. That's the first pass with the brush, and the next one is to give it an actual polish. Now, again, you can take the shoe in one hand and the cloth in the other and just polish it all the way around like that. When I'm doing the toe cap, I like to do it like this. Wedge the shoe in between your legs and take the corners of the cloth, and then you can get a really good side to side polish action going. And that, hopefully you can see, I'll give you the before and after. That's what it looked like before. fact, let me come round and show you. So it's taken the shoe from dull and cracked looking to lovely and shiny, with the creases filled in and looking really nice. You can see it against the light. It's got that mahogany colour to it. I think I went for the right colour rather than the Hermes red, which is a very ruby red and would have been a little bit too red for this style of shoe. So anyway, that's how to polish your shoes using Saphir Medaille door. I'm going to link to the products in the description. So if you want to get anything, there'll be some links in the description. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them all. And if you want to follow along, please hit the subscribe button. Till next time, take care. I'll see you very soon.